What up? What up? What up? It's your boy, Shawty Parker, back in the building for another episode of Just My Damn Opinion. You know they like assholes. Everybody got one, and your boy got one too. I'm gonna bring my partner in with me tonight, man. Y'all know my partner who been rolling with me lately. Cool Cal. I'm gonna bring him in the building and have him say what's up to the people, man. Cool Cal, what's happening? What's happening?
What up, what up, what up, what up, man? Chiller, man. Ready for a great show. Like the topics tonight, man. I'm kind of excited. You know what I'm saying? A little something different. And so I'm ready to kind of get into it.
Yeah, man, it's always good just to kind of expand the mind a little bit. We talk so much UGA football, it'd be so much going on that, things to talk about. And one of the things that kind of, struck me was over the past week is that, the WNBA All-Star game was this weekend. And the players came out with t-shirts on top of their jersey saying I think with pay us what they owe us or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw anything about that.
Actually, no, I did. So funny thing is I've never watched the WNBA All-Star game, and so I just happened to be hanging out with a couple of buddies of mine Saturday and the game was coming on. I was like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and watch it. See what it's about. And so we sat back and we watched when they came out with the t-shirts and and okay, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. I don't know if you ready to just get into it, deep dive into the whole thing, or
uh yeah, what on the first thing I would say, shout out to Stat Guy. See in the comments what's happening, Stat Guy.
it's that guy?
I guess the thing that I would say is before I get into it, it was also a video circulating where it was maybe a few of the players. I'm just gonna say maybe 6 to 8 of them, and they was trying to get in the club and they were not able to get in the club. I don't know if you saw any of that.
They ain't have enough clout. I ain't see that.
Yeah, so it was about 8 of them, and I don't know if they call themselves like the oh man, they call themselves the stud club or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So make a long story short, they were not able to get in the club, and she was kind of like, it's WNBA All Star weekend. We shouldn't have to wait in line. You know what I'm kind of saying? We play in the WNBA. What's up, Sooner in Texas? Shout out to Sooner in Texas. So it was on that kind of thing. So I'm gonna ask you this before we get into this. The WNBA, in my opinion, is starting to make a little noise. They obviously starting to get a lot more attention. Do you think it was a mistake for them to wear those shirts this weekend with them about to go into a new CBA?
Um, that's a good question. I don't know if I don't know if it was a mistake. It's something I wouldn't do. It's to me, things of that nature. A lot of times, those are passive aggressive maneuvers. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like that. That just wouldn't be something that I would go out and rock to say, "Hey, pay me what you owe me." What the hell do I owe you? Who owes you? What do you owe? So I think just like with any other league, you got a collective bargaining agreement. I don't know when theirs is or isn't. But obviously, if you think you should be making more money, you should stand up for that. I don't like the way that they did it. It's just too passive aggressive for my personality, But and also too, I don't know if that's like something that endears fans. I think that we're starting to get, and I don't want to call it attack, but everything is starting to become so political and so woke, quote, so to speak, through sports.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, I just get a little tired of it, like all the time. It's an all-star game. It's go out there, enjoy the festivities. But I think in a lot of ways the WNBA dropped the ball over the weekend. But I'll keep it at that for right now.
Okay, and I do have an opinion on all of this, but I just want to make sure I get these questions out. But I will definitely give you my opinion on how I feel about this. let me ask you this question here too as well. So, with a league that at this particular point in time has not been profitable, do you think
Mhm.
there's any kind of sense of entitlement or anything coming from them since them asking for more money, or would it not be?
Absolutely, absolutely. There is a sense of entitlement, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's put it out there. The reason we even talking about this shit, and we're getting into it with the WNBA, is Caitlin Clark. She moves the needle.
Mhm.
A lot of this ratings and their the valuation of the league and all these other things that are going up are mainly because of her. We can go across. Stat guy put up a good stat right there, but I've got reports I can pull up where it shows where when she's not playing versus when she's playing, the numbers dip dramatically. We're
Mhm.
talking anywhere from like 35 to 50%.
Okay.
So I think that they're in a situation now where it's like they kind of all like, kind of hate on Caitlin Clark and hate her for her popularity. But the reason that the league is starting or the league is starting to be noticed more is because of her. That's just a fact. Like we can look at the All-Star game this past weekend. It was down 36% from last year because she didn't play.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm just playing. Can I play
Yeah.
devil's advocate here?
Absolutely, man. You good
Okay.
at it.
So is so I'm just gonna and I'm not even playing devil's advocate. I'm just gonna throw this out here at you.
Uh,
Now, the NBA, from the little research I know, the NBA came into conception in 1949 when they merged with some other league and came to NBA in 1949. They didn't
okay.
come profitable until the mid 1970s.
Okay.
And what I'm
Come.
saying is the WNBA is in their 29th year.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know the numbers all the way in and out. They are signing a new deal, 11-year deal that's going to take them through 2036. That they infusing a new 200 million per year with TV deals and yada 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 yada. And
Mm-hmm.
they only lost 40. I ain't saying only, but they lost 40 million last year. So just
Mm-hmm.
going by those numbers,
Mm-hmm.
that may put them in the positive side.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, if that's the case, they became a profitable, more profitable league faster than the NBA did. Granted, different time. I'm just putting it out there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hey, bro, you going way back on that. That's good. That's actually good information. Good stuff. You know
Because I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
the conception of both leagues, they've been in pretty much almost the same time, but within that same time frame, as much money they done lost, they
Hmm.
could be profitable faster than the NBA was.
That's possible, but those things. But you also have to take in consideration as well. Um, where was the NBA? How was it funded? There was something that was still keeping the NBA afloat. The WNBA, it's a fact, it wouldn't still exist if it was not for the NBA now. So they wouldn't even have a league to continue to play in with the numbers that they've shown for the last 25 or so years. But I get the point that you're making with that. But obviously it's different times, different era. But I think that not that they shouldn't be paid more. I don't have a problem with whatever they get paid. They should get, I'm just not a big fan of how they did it, how they tried to
So
make it point.
I was of the mindset of, when I first heard this maybe about a year or two ago, not really knowing as much as I know now, I was of the mindset of like, I'm just kind of like, how dare they? I mean, like, y'all don't make no money. If it was like if it wasn't for the NBA, like, y'all wouldn't be in conception, and how y'all gonna be
Y'all win the
demanding?
league.
So, so what I think, but as I've learned more, what I think they're asking. So this is the breakdown. Okay, I don't know if you know the breakdown, and this
Mm-hmm.
is why it's going to be difficult for them to make astronomically more money for a long time, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So it breaks down the NBA is the majority owner. They own 60%. of the WNBA, right?
Okay.
So the other 40% is broken down into 20 more out of the 40% that's left. 20% is by other investors,
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
Then the other 20% is by the owners,
Hmm.
right?
Okay.
So the way the revenue is broken down is like at the end of the day, even if you become profitable, the NBA gets 60%, the other investors get 20%, the
Yeah.
owners get 20%, and the players right now in the current CBA only receive 9.3% of the revenue.
So do they receive 9.3% of the total revenue, or is it 9.3% of the extra of the
of,
20% for the owners?
of the total revenue,
The total revenue.
right?
Okay.
As
Okay.
opposed to NBA players, it's like 50-50 owner and
Right. And
player.
listen, and listen, it's a huge difference. The NBA has earned that. You know, they have gone in. There have been, a lot of player I mean, what do you call them? The negotiations and things of that nature to be able to get to these points, just like a lot of other leagues. And listen, the WNBA is growing. Um, but this is what I want to say too, man. Going back to watching the game Saturday, I thought that they lost a big opportunity to have a much more exciting product. Because I actually watched the game. I watched, maybe like three quarters of the game. And what I left, the impression that it left me with was this was garbage because they went out there with the same mentality that the men do, which is lackluster.
Mm.
It's just all let's just shoot the
Not putting it on
three.
the line.
Yeah, there was none of that. I mean, and it was like it was worse, with the men, that's the error that we've gotten into, but there's some built up credibility that's gotten them to this point. The WNBA, I don't think was in a position to go out there and to me have a shitty product.
Let me
Especially with Caitlin Clark not playing, they put out a shitty product. Like I actually watched the game, watch people just stand there, people take layups, watch people just come across half court and all they want to do is just chuck it up from 50 feet. And it was just garbage to watch.
let me ask you this, Cal, and this could be part of what like it's obviously levels to this thing, like stat guys saying in some of the comments.
Yeah.
But this could be part of the NBA problem too. Like the WNBA players, I think was only getting like $1,200 to play in that game in the All Star game. And the same thing with the
Mhm.
NBA players is they like some of them don't really want to play and don't play hard because they only get like because it's in the CBA, they only get like 120,000. But to a guy who making 40 million, he's like, we don't you know what I'm
It,
saying?
it doesn't move the needle. I get that. But the point I'm trying to say is like with the men, like you're in a place like you said they're making if you're an all-star you're probably making 40, 50, 60 million dollars a year. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type money you're making if you're an all-star versus like you saying with them they're making I don't know, is it 80, 90, 100 grand for women's basketball, I think somewhere
The
in
average
that.
the average salary is 66 and the max is like 250.
Okay, so between 66 and 250. Most guys in the NBA All-Star game, they're probably making
They get
250 a half.
they
You know what
get
I'm saying?
now
Like,
no I saw they getting like 130,000 to play in the All-Star game, something like that.
no, I'm talking about their real contracts.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
like you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the WNBA stars, if you're in the All Star game, they're probably making, maybe a
Yeah,
hundred thousand, 120,000, something like that, versus a guy in the NBA who's making $60 million. I don't give a damn either about coming to play an All
right,
Star game. But
right.
my point is, if you're trying to go out there and say, listen, we're owed more money, then you need to put a better product when the lights are the brightest on you. Like I think if you had put a better product out there, 'cause like I said, I watched the game. I watched most of the game, and it was garbage. It just left me not wanting to go and say, "Hey, let me go watch some more games." I didn't leave feeling that way. I left saying this is why I generally don't watch.
Well, I mean, I think we both agree. I do think they deserve more of the revenue share, which I'm
Sure.
sure they're gonna probably get with all the new infusion of money. But I don't know if at the end of the day that's gonna make them profitable. But my point being is, I'm just looking at how it's structured. Like they're never gonna really be able to make just like big money because the NBA owns the NBA. Like the WNBA is on, it's too many investors. You see what I'm saying? Too many people getting
Right.
a cut of the pie. And it's
Right.
like no way you're gonna be able to buy them out because the NBA been with you for 28 years, not making no money. They got a lot of money they gotta make back if they ever get it back. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they ain't
So
getting that back.
how do you buy out 60% ownership from somebody who ain't made no money? They gonna want plenty money.
Yeah, and another big problem is the league and the popularity of the league again, it stands on the shoulders of one lady. That's another big thing. Because again, she gets hurt, whatever, whatever. Because if we're talking about what people are owed, Caitlin Clark should be making 10 million a year, and y'all should get a little bump, if
So
we're
you
being honest.
thinking you saying there's a chance that they may not be able to grow revenue, continue to grow revenue because based off who's playing in the game, like if like say for instance 3-4 years from now, just say God forbid none of this happen. I'm just hypothetically speaking. Say Caitlin Clark has a catastrophic injury. She no
Yeah.
longer plays in the NBA. Now, who is going to drive the game in the face of the league and revenue? That's what you're kind of saying.
Right, because I think you need multiple stars. Like you need other people along. It just can't be her. And we've had, let's see,
There's some
like
young
Paige
girls coming
Beckers.
up now.
They are, but they don't move the needle. You got Juju Watkins. I mean, great players, Paige Beckers. But I just don't think they move the needle like she does, and that's
Oh,
the problem.
got
Like when basically when Jordan, not Jordan, but Magic Bird came in the league. And then that continued and it grew, and then Jordan came in like 4 or 5 years after them, and then
so
you had.
that is right. So like to your point, the NBA became marginally profitable in the mid 70s, but they
Right.
really became profitable in the 80s. To your point, because of
Right.
Larry and Magic. You know what I'm saying?
And
Things like
Magic. And yeah. And then mid 80s, like I said, Jordan came in and just took it through the roof. So I don't quite see that. I see her, but the other people that are coming in, I just don't see that same type magic.
let me let and so like I said, just based off the numbers that I did, and they also could make an additional $60 million stat guy to the what you were saying. So it could be up to 260. But even though, like I said, they still may not be profitable, they may be, I know expenses and things go up. But let me ask you this, Cal. Just kind of almost a trivia question. I just thought this was interesting. But based
Mhm.
off the numbers that I did, I think they should be able to, with the new infusion of money. They have the new CBA. I mean, this CBA ends October 31st.
Mhm.
So I do think they should be able to pretty much double their salaries. But I don't think it'll probably be much more than that, even if they get that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So
Right.
what do you think the total salary of the entire WNBA is?
Mm. The total set, everybody that plays combined. How many? You know how many teams there are?
I
Uh,
do not.
Let me see. Let
For
me
some
see.
reason, I
So
want to
it's
say
probably
13.
12, 13, 14. I'm gonna say less than 30 million.
Yeah. Uh, the total salaries for the entire WNBA was 16.4 million.
Ooh.
That's why these ladies screaming for more money, folks.
Ooh. James Harden get that at the strip club. Ooh.
That's why they screaming for more money. I know you said I get what you saying. The product ain't apples to apples. I get it.
No, and yeah, no, I think they should get more money. I don't have a problem with that. I definitely don't want to come off like that because I don't have a problem with anybody getting paid. Like, I mean,
Hmm.
shit, for one, it ain't my damn money. I don't have a problem with it. Again, like my point is like I just thought it was just kind of a weak kind of way to do it with the whole t-shirts and all of that. Like, I thought that y'all focus
Passive
should have been
aggressive.
on having um, a better product that people wanted to watch while continuing to strive forward with what you're doing. So again, that's a kind of passive aggressive thing.
So
Maybe that's what they
they haven't got to the point, and I guess that's what I meant by almost a sense of entitlement thing. It's almost like they haven't got to the point. Now, a lot of people have been working hard, but they haven't got to the point like the WNBA has to be doing things like taking off in all-star games and like that.
right,
You said that every opportunity they have a chance, they need to put out the best product they can to continue to
for sure,
grow. I
for
got you.
sure,
I agree
for
with that.
sure.
I think that's true. I agree with you.
For sure.
I just
Because
think
I think that was something too, we go back to, when we were kids and growing up, all-star games were competitive. Them
right.
dudes, they was playing Jordan, they'd have some fun stuff like that, but the second half of those games, them dudes was out there playing D, they were competitive, they were trying to win. And I think, you were putting out a good product. I just, like I said, this was the first WNBA All-Star game that I saw, and it wasn't good. Wasn't good.
Yeah. And to your point, sooner in Texas, I mean, just to the other side of the coin today, I agree with you. It's hard to ask the boss for more money. You know what I'm saying? When we're not profitable, but it is. It makes it a little bit easier when you know the boss is making more money. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's happening. The WNBA getting that infusion of at least 200 more $1 million a year. Granted, they not profitable. It's like the players, how they expect to play for the same thing when they know they're the reason why that extra 200 coming in. If that makes sense.
but
So let
are
me ask
they?
you this,
But
Cal.
are but are they though?
Oh, you want to
Or
say
is it?
Caitlin, but she a player, so however you want to look at it, Caitlin can't play by
Ah,
herself.
I think it matters when they go to the negotiation table.
But I'm
When they
saying
sitting up
Caitlin
there,
don't play one. It ain't her only. She ain't the only person out there on the court. It take
she's
nine
the
more
she's
people.
the she's the person that matters.
I mean, I'm not saying she's not the face. I get that. Let me ask you this, Cal.
Okay, let me ask you
Do they
real
have
quick.
any ground? Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say if they was out here trying to get NIL deals, how much would Caitlin be getting versus the rest of
I think she would definitely get more. She would probably be the highest paid NIL person for sure. I don't think there's no doubt in
them?
it. I wouldn't argue that at all.
Okay,
And I
okay,
don't think no one. I
okay.
don't think I never. I don't. Everyone knows she's the cash cow. If you don't, then you need to tighten up. Everybody knows
Everybody
she's the
knows
cash.
except for the rest of the WNBA players.
See now, cause she the best player stat guy. I don't think she gonna get the most in NIL. When you talking about NIL, it's other factors that drive.
No,
You ain't just got to be the best player. It's other
player. She
factors that
don't move
drive
the
this.
needle. She don't
Yeah, I'm
move the
saying
needle like that.
it's other thing that drive this Caitlin Clark. It's, you know what I'm saying, Caitlin Clark thing. Let me ask you this, Cal.
Mm.
Do you think they have a leg to stand on to lock out next year if they don't get what they want in their new CBA? Do they have enough ground to lock out?
That's a great question. I've been thinking about that too because I saw something about that earlier today. Are they in a position to lock out? Um, I say yeah. I think that they should, and the reason they should is because we got to strike while the iron is hot. While we got Caitlin, because again, it circles back around to her. If we all do this collectively along with her, I think this is the time to do it personally. You know what I'm saying? Because I just don't see. At least now coming along the pipeline, another person that's going to have this type of impact to the game, and they got to take advantage of it now while the eyeballs are on it.
Yeah. I made league minimum. I made six. I can't afford the whole out. You
If you
know what
yes
I'm
you
saying?
can yes you can because you can go get you a job make you 60 grand. I'm pretty sure most of all y'all
Oh,
got college degrees or something like that. You go somewhere and get you a job.
think about it, folks. Most of them women, they professional players. Now I know some of them go overseas, make money. I get that, but I ain't talking about the ones who can. I'm just saying it's a lot of them that can't do that. What I'm saying, if you're a professional player, your life is pretty much ball, folks. You know what I'm saying? You ain't probably doing. I ain't saying you ain't doing nothing in the off season, but you
But
make
that
sense.
but that goes back to, and I think Stat Guy or somebody else brought it up earlier. Guys back in the 60s and back then, 50s, whatever it was, those guys played sports and then went and had regular jobs because they weren't making money just enough playing sports to be able to feed their families.
Yeah,
So
bread
my
was 58 cents a loaf too.
right. But you was also making 12 cents an hour.
Gas with 10 cents a gallon. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying you can replace 60 grand. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole point. I think you can replace it. But I think that now, again, while Caitlyn is here and she's got the spotlight of America on her and the WNBA, I think that it is time to make some sort of a move.
So you think it's a good chance it could be a lockout?
Yeah, I think so. It'll show me something about them. You
You know
know
what,
what?
Cal? I don't think so because for the simple fact they in almost a win-win situation because the old CBS and then we know about the new infusion of money plus Caitlyn and all this. We know they're gonna give us more money. It's just about how much more. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but okay, so let's just say now my salary go from 60 to 70. Am I gonna be
No, it
happy
ain't
with
gonna be
that?
that. I mean, you ain't gonna be that for you. I mean, well, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna be, but I don't think. I don't even think that would be. But if that's the case, then I get it. I don't think you even start negotiating with a. That ain't even. That's like a 2-3% raise. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, this is America.
Cause so they are definitely arguing for more revenue sharing. I think they want more benefits like health benefits or things like something like that. And I think those are the major two things that they want in the new CBA. But like I say, the way that it's
Mhm.
structured, that's what I'm saying. With the way that it's structured, they can't expect to get too much more than 10%. If not, they're gonna be eating into one of the other investors' pie. You see what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
So I can
right.
see them maybe going from 9% to maybe 15%, 14, 15%, maybe.
Okay, 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 okay. I mean, it's
And
gonna be
that's
interesting.
still gonna be
So let me
digging in
ask you
somebody
this:
else's pie.
are they do they have a new bargaining agreement coming up, or are they
Yeah,
in one
yeah,
for
they
a
do.
while?
They do.
Okay.
The current one ends this October.
Oh, okay, okay,
So
okay,
they have
okay,
so they have to have
okay.
one done before next summer, before the next season starts.
Okay, okay. All right, all right. So that gives them a lot of time to fight on during the off season to, what I'm saying, to get some stuff that you want. But I also saw too, it's a couple of players they were trying to, I know Nafisa Collier and it was another lady, I think they were trying to start some other type of league as well. And I've heard that as kind of a leverage ploy as well.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. I did hear something about that. Hold on, stat guy. It's no way they can come to. Okay, well, let me take that back. So stat guy say they coming to the table asking like the NBA, they want 50%, they want 50-50 revenue sharing. Now the owners only get 20%. So they want a 20-20. Now I think that's what they deserve. But in order for them to get 20-20, that means they got to cut out another 20% from the other investors, which they got to buy them out. because I don't know if you know about the breakdown that I did. The NBA gets 60%. They have 60%
Hmm.
majority ownership, which
Hmm.
only leaves 40%. 20% of that 40 is owned by other investors, and then the
Hmm.
other 20 is owned by owners and owners really. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Hmm. Hmm.
And they split. They give the player 9% of their percentage in revenue, 9.3%.
Right.
So it's like,
Um, I don't know, and I've also heard some, there's some things been thrown around as well about them expanding into a couple of new cities, within the next few years. So, all of those things matter. Again,
that
that,
that cost that
each
costs
time when you
money.
open up, yeah,
That
that's
costs
my
money.
point. It costs money, but then it also weakens the pool. The more teams that you start to get, it starts to weaken the pool a little bit more, a little bit more. And again, are people going to be continuously interested in that? That's my thing. Are you going to be continuously interested going to watch games that don't include Caitlin Clark?
That's why they got to keep the young talent coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Eh,
But to your
I
point,
mean,
I don't know if they move the needle. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
Peyton.
That's the whole point. They don't move the needle like she does. Like Paige Beckers just came in the league. Same kind of type of player in that same type of mold. She's been a great player since she was a kid. All American high school, All American college. She just came in the league. People know her, but she just doesn't move the needle the same way.
Gotcha. Man, it's the WNBA, man. I unfortunately they just in a tough play the way they're in a tough place the way they are structured. With
Right.
somebody owning 60% of your league, they getting 60% of the revenue off the muscle, bro. It's just like,
Hey man, sometimes man, it's like, man, you be struggling and you need a way out, man. You go get that title pond. And it just
but
it just keeps stepping on your neck.
see that would make it. I guess that would make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, we being kind of hard because it's like, okay, we own 60% and we've been subsidizing you for 28 years. I ain't made no money. I've been losing money. You see what I'm saying? That's why
It
it's
is
such a tough thing. You have to look at it from a
yeah.
business standpoint almost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it's total business. That's what it is at the end of the day. It's total business.
But it takes
So
money to make money. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, they're gonna have to
right.
invest more money, which is into the players, in order to try to make more money, eventually break even and start making money. You got to. I mean, unless you're gonna fold, unless you just fold. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, clearly, I mean, it's a you know, uh, little pocket change for the NBA. Clearly, I mean, that's why they just
So
kind of keeping it afloat.
so I never thought about this. Stat guy, I never thought about this. He said they need to get out of these big cities. Like moving to smaller markets, do you think that would save? I maybe overhead cost of rent, but would that really save money? I mean, I don't know.
But also too, let me ask you this. That's a good question. Do you think those some of those smaller towns, um, would be more vested into going to more games and stuff like that because they don't have the same
Right,
amount of activities as
right.
well. So let's say
Possible.
like in Knoxville, Tennessee, they always have great women's basketball for the most part, but then if they had a WNBA team as well, they get, continue to
Right,
get that same support. So
right.
that's an interesting
Basically
angle to
saying they
think
could
about.
become the main draw of a small area.
Right,
Right.
right.
I can see that. You know what I'm saying. And also, but I guess it's pluses and minuses because now like do small area have the funds to do that and come spend money and pay $7 hot. It's just all that. But yeah, I get it.
Yeah, yeah, and that makes sense. But so what would be interesting is, the UConns, the Tennessees, and the big schools. I wonder what their normal turnout is for games. Do they have 8,000 fans, 12,000 fans, 2,000 fans? So I'm kind of interested now thinking about it. What types of turnouts do they have come to the college games in those small towns?
Mm.
Because that could translate into the WNBA if you're getting them to come out there to the college games, that maybe could translate to the WNBA.
Interesting, interesting. Okay. Oh well, I think we both in agreement, man. I think we both know. No, not both. We both think that they should be making more money, and I think they will. I just think they have to be somewhat realistic. Maybe they know more. Obviously, they play. They may know more about it than I do, but just based off my research and the way the ownership is broke down, it's just hard to go into a bargaining type of agreement as for 50-50. I just don't know where they're going to get the other 10% from because the owners only get
Hmm.
20%.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it's another 10% going somewhere, unless the owner's getting 30% and only getting the players 9%. Then I can see what they talking about.
Yeah, and I saw a tweet by Dave Portnoy too, and he was talking about how jumbled they got the books and all this other stuff, and I don't know if that's true or whatnot, if he was just saying that, but that was something that would be interesting as well. Maybe there's some things that aren't quite right with the books and the revenue, and who knows? I don't know.
Well, and then well, I mean, it's just soccer. I mean, I get that. But that's kind of
That got
like,
to be coming through, man. It's that guy.
and but I would say this too though. That's kind of to your point though, Cal. That could be because of one person, Don Staley. If she leaves South Carolina, do y'all continue to sell out? You know what I'm
Great.
saying?
No, that's a great point. That's a great point. But 16,000, that's strong.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, for
That's
sure. Yeah, for
that's
sure.
that's
For sure.
strong.
Well,
Um,
but it's crazy. College followings are always larger and stronger than pros, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? People don't realize that. Like our
right.
stadiums are way bigger because
Bigger.
what I'm saying,
True.
and so our
True.
followings are bigger in college. You know what I'm saying than pros. Uh,
True. 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 Well, maybe
uh,
they put the WNBA team there and she can just coach both of them.
well, she interviewed for the Knicks this year.
Right, 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 right.
Uh,
I did see that. That would have been really interesting. Really interesting.
Well, again, I think we both in agreement they're gonna get more money, man. How it gonna be about how much they're gonna get. I just don't know where they're gonna pull those percentages from. But at the end of the day, it's a win-win. I hope they don't have a lockout. I don't see the reason why, especially when they're at their peak. Well,
Yeah.
generally, I can see where if that they peak, that's when you would think you have the most leverage. But in this particular case, I just don't know if that's holds true in this particular case. Them having the most leverage, especially with it'll be different if they were profitable and they were
Right.
at the peak. If he
Right.
hasn't been profitable, these folk might be like, okay, we'll bump it. Let's just stop losing money, cut our losses. You know what I'm saying? Or just bring
Right.
in some other people and give them that money and basically, you know what I'm saying, eat off the top because we can pay them less. The new
Right.
people we bring in. But yeah,
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Cal. We're gonna switch gears a little bit, man. We don't been
Hmm.
on almost 40 minutes, man. And I don't really know much about this. It's just been hearing. I just been hearing and kind of seeing come across my ticker.
Hmm.
But the whole Shannon Sharpe thing, man, I saw. Well, I think the lawsuit dropped and he settled out.
Right.
What is
Right.
it coming on? Holy pot. AP,
Pro-
Hello, hello. Having a technical difficulty right now.
you want me to
we can
take?
hear. We can hear you.
Okay.
You want me to push you out and bring you back in a second or two? Yeah, I think I just take executive control. But yeah, man. So I heard that the lawsuit was settled,
Hmm.
and it's pretty much over with. But I just haven't really heard a lot of news about like when it came out. it was like the man had killed somebody. What's your take on the lawsuit settling? Was it you think it was just a money grab?
Listen, man, black man with a lot of money, you're gonna be under assault. You better watch yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm being serious, and I should say generally all men, but you're gonna be under assault when you're getting yourself in these different type situations. Like I said, I haven't been like fully deep dived into the situation. I did hear that they settled, but it just seemed like more and more we're just hearing these types of stories, and of course they're money grabs. I mean, it screams money grab, and a lot of these cats, they're older, they're messing around with these young girls, because like in his case, this she's 20 years old. You can't even take her out for a drink. You know what I'm saying? And so it's probably got somebody in their ear, got a whole plan to set you up, blah, 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 blah. Something happened. Oh, now I got this recorded. I make it look this way. Boom. Oh God, he did this, blah, blah, blah. Man, you got some paper, man. You better be careful out there. That's all I'm saying.
I
And
want
get you somebody legal. Let me start it. Get you somebody legal. I mean, I ain't trying to, what I mean? She's legal as far as like being over 18, but damn, get somebody you at least go out and have a drink with.
I'm gonna go even further. Get somebody more older than you gonna have a drink with. Geez, 21, 20, that's crazy. But Pot, you in the building? Can you hear us? You good?
Yes, sir. Mic check, mic check. How y'all doing?
We good,
Good.
man.
What up, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's been a while. Been a while.
You done got in on the back end of this thing, man. We just kind of chopping it up about Shannon, man. It was just like when it first came out, man. The man was about to sign $100 million contract. Done messed up his money possibly, and he was on ESPN. He had obviously take a leave of absence, or they released him, or whatever the case may be. And it was just all everywhere. And now that it's settled, and it's kind of the girl done got on there and pretty much said she retired from OnlyFans because of the settlement. But it's like ain't nobody said, she came out to say that, but ain't nobody said nothing. And I just ain't really heard nothing about it. Just don't possibly could have caught
it.
it.
Swept it up under the rug. It's up under
But
the
he
rug.
was
That money,
but,
money talk.
so I don't know what the settlement was, but from what I heard, he was trying to give her like $10 million to not even open it up.
Yeah, I know at first he was trying to give her 10, but I don't even think she got 10 million this time. Shoot. Maybe a little less, but whatever it is, it was undisclosed.
I don't know, I think he went back with a better offer. I mean, I don't know.
Everybody said I give her
I
15.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. But in which way, man, it's a terrible look. I mean, just the whole look. And I'm not, listen, she's legal. I'm not, so I don't want to sit up here and make it seem like the man did anything wrong. I'm just saying, man, like, you gotta be careful with shit like this. You know what I'm saying? It seems to just be blowing up more and more in celebrities' faces. And like you said, he out there messing up the bag. He's about to sign a six-figure deal.
No,
Excuse me, eight-figure deal.
100.
It was 100 million. So that's eight figures, right? So we talking about, no, that's nine figures. Nine-figure deal. I'm telling my man Sharpe, a nine-figure deal. And so, we gotta look, I don't know, man. I just think that they're just some OnlyFans 20-year-old girl, man. Come on, Shannon, man. Like,
But
yeah,
I
like
wonder
do
if
better,
it's
bro.
I wonder if it's a media thing because that's just like Joy Taylor and old boy they got fired too. No, they got fired last week officially from Fox for their little scandal. I don't know if y'all knew about
I
Joy
forgot
Taylor.
about that.
No,
Yeah, I don't really look
yeah,
at the show too much,
Yeah, that's what
but
I'm
it
saying.
was.
Like, but that Cal to my point. That's what I'm getting is like maybe because they in the media, like ain't nobody talking about it. Ain't it seemed like that? It seemed like that would be news. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Who was it? Joy and who else?
It was Joy, one of the executives, and what's my guy name? The linebacker. He got the funny name, African name or something. I can't think of his name.
Oh, yeah, I know you talking about from. I always remember from Texas.
Yeah.
So,
So, but
so
it
a
seemed
few
like
people in that category.
Acho,
Acho.
Acho,
Yeah,
Emmanuel Acho.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So that what I'm saying. But I guess obviously if it's news there in the media, I guess you wouldn't cover yourself negatively. So I mean I don't know. I guess if you own the network, you know what I'm saying.
Right, you
They
just
may as
slide
well
them out
just
the back
fire
door.
him. Yeah,
Do y'all
just
think
let him go.
ESPN brings Shannon back?
Mm.
Well, it's not looking too negative right now. I mean, you're looking like you're guilty for one for making that settlement, in my eyes. Because if you about what you say you was about,
You
you
take
would
the
have took it all
settlement as
away.
an admission of guilt.
Yeah, because you're trying to hurry up and get it out the way. Whatever it is, you're trying to hurry up and get it out the way because you
Yeah,
see he's still doing his podcast. It's still outside of him working for the network. He's still doing everything else that he had, pertaining to that moment. So
right.
hopefully they can sit down and make them. They may say we'll take the rest of this year off. We'll see what's up with 26. You know, hopefully he can get back in. But for all this other stuff, I mean, he's still working.
But the other word, the damage has been done regardless.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's why you know what I'm saying you got people in the background that's making those decisions. You know how much damage is this going to do to our network, our fan base? You know, because that's what it all comes down to. Because, like you have said, it's been relatively quiet. It hasn't been like huge news, but it is news. And at the same time, you know what I'm saying, you're paying people to figure out if we bring him back, is that gonna shut off a whole facet of women that don't want to watch the show
The
now and
backlash,
affect those
we're
numbers?
gonna receive. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well,
You know,
you know what I guess would be a good indicator to that, Cal, because it won't matter because if his podcast numbers still doing numbers and his interview show still doing numbers, they gonna bring him back because that's why they brought him on there to bring his viewer to them.
that's a good point.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good point.
he's still
That's a
relevant.
good
Yeah.
point. Yeah, that's a good point. So if he's still kicking in numbers, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
I can see him coming back. Because again, like we said, we all talk about the same thing. It comes down to this money. If
Yep.
you still can make us money, we'll find a way to bring you back in.
Right. Yeah. But I definitely think the immediate damage was done. Like I said, she probably definitely delayed that $100 million contract if he hadn't signed it or had signed it. But I'm sure it hasn't been signed because that itself would have been news. Like when Stephen A. did his, that would have
Oh
been
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
news.
Stephen A. made sure
Um,
his was in wax.
right. So worst case scenario, she's possibly has if done nothing else but delayed it and still got paid. And I think that was her point from the get go. It just she wasn't getting what she wanted in the beginning, which was obviously more than 10.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think she wanted more than 10 the first time. It was
Right,
almost
that's what
like
I'm saying.
50 million she was talking.
He was trying to give her 10, but she wanted more. So what I'm saying is if I want more than 10, you don't want to give me 10. 6 months later, there's a settlement where we meet at.
Yeah,
More than 10, less than 10, you know what I'm saying?
closer to 15.
Yeah, I think more than 10.
Right. Because at the end
Yeah.
of the day, he just like, it ain't even worth it. You know what I'm saying? It just ain't, I got to get, it ain't even worth it.
Yeah.
Would they date?
That's some
So,
straight Wu Tang.
No, that is a number one reason why, but they not all suing them though either. That's the point. You got to get yourself out of situations where you getting sued.
well, the
Yeah.
girl said she retiring, you know what I'm saying? And
That's
at
what I'm
20, she
saying. How the
retiring.
hell she get to retire at 20? He ain't
Yeah.
got started yet. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
She said
Like
she
this is
retiring
great.
from fans only. She just said
Then
she
she gonna
retiring from
right,
fans only.
right.
Yeah, but she's gonna do other stuff.
And then when that money get gone, she gonna come out with the book. Hey man,
Uh,
it's like a whole kit now. She come
it's
out with
gonna
the
be one of those
tell-all
like
book.
trapped by R. Kelly type stories. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, you know
Yeah.
what? I'm almost sure. I'm almost sure, and I could be wrong. But in that, her taking that money, she signed a lot of. I can't talk about this no more. A lot of NDAs been signed for like.
Oh
It's
yeah.
gonna be a lot of non-disclosure. Ain't no more talk. This been put in the bucket and
Great
locked
point.
away. We're gonna throw
Yeah.
it in the
Yeah.
sea. It been put in the bucket, and then if you do, then we're gonna sue you. You know how it
Might
go.
be
You
a
know what I mean?
clause in
That's a
that
good point.
contract. You say something, we get so many millions back.
Yeah, ain't no books or none of that kind. I'm sure it been out. I'm sure if Shannon folks seal that thing up tight, man.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's what you're
Yeah.
paying for.
Yeah.
That's a
Right.
good point.
See
Yeah,
what happened to
that's a good
Cash Out.
point.
He didn't have none of that going
I
his way.
just saw that right before we started the show.
Man.
I was watching him with his final remarks before when they took him off.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah,
Who,
yeah,
Man,
man.
who
Paul in the
remarks?
blender.
Who you talking about?
Oh, the rapper
Cash
Cash
out
Out.
the rapper.
Oh yeah, I heard he got sentenced with like 70 years plus life or something.
Life
Yeah, he
plus
gone.
70. Oh, it
And
sounds bad,
his
don't
mama got 30 years too, right? Yeah, she got
Yeah, his
like.
mama and his cousin.
it? And his cousin got time too.
Oh man,
Yeah,
shout
yeah,
out
they all.
to Malcolm and Jamal Warner and his family, man.
Oh
R.I.P.
yeah.
Man. Shout out to
Yeah,
and we
man.
know him
R.I.P.
Theo.
Yeah,
And
man.
Ozzy, my boy Ozzy, right behind
Yeah,
him.
Ozzy.
I think
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
Ozzy
hey,
Osbourne.
yeah,
Yeah,
old
yeah,
Ozzy,
yeah,
man.
man.
He went
I just want to
76.
say too, man, like with Malcolm Jamal, well, obviously that's somebody, we grew up watching on the Cosby Show. It was sad. I started reading the story. He was out swimming with his daughter, and what happened, and thankfully, the daughter was saved. But that's crazy, man. It put some new perspective, man, because I just took my daughter and one of her friends to the beach last week,
Mm.
and I'm a good swimmer, pretty good swimmer, swimming all my life. I love the water, all of that. But it put it back in perspective, man. You got to respect that ocean, man. You got to
Yeah,
respect
you
that
gotta
water
That
respect
underneath.
water, I
nature.
respect
You
that
gotta
water,
respect
Yeah,
nature.
period,
you got to
man.
respect that water, man, for
Yeah,
sure,
man. That water,
for sure.
period, home. I'm a
Yeah.
lifeguard, and I know that water will. Hey, the water undefeated.
It's,
Right.
it's, it's
Look what's at the
crazy we
bottom of
talking
the
about.
oceans and stuff now. Undefeated.
It's
Yep.
crazy we talking about this, man. And the reason I use you gotta respect nature because I literally just watched 2012 yesterday. I don't know if
Mm.
y'all seen that movie 2012 with a
Hmm.
whole. Oh man, it's a great movie with it. Basically the world. Basically the disaster. It's a disaster about the world take over, earthquakes and flooding and.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you need to check that out. 2012. It's a great movie.
Okay. That's kind
I
of
seen some highlights
similar
of that. I'm gonna
to
check that out.
what's that other movie?
Yeah.
They had like Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
Is it
It's
like
a little
two
came out
thousands or
around
something?
early 2000s.
I
Came
think
around
that's you
early.
talking about. I think
Two
Jake
K?
Gyllenhaal.
Is
That's
it 2K
2012.
or something?
Nah, that's not what it's called though. I know it ain't called
Unless I got the name
2012.
wrong, I
I know
could
what
be
you're
thinking
talking
about it
about, like
wrong.
when the world was being destroyed and all of that stuff.
Yeah, and they had to build a
Yeah, I
ship. I
know.
don't want to give it away if Cal ain't seen it. Where they have to go. They have to basically go to the arcs at the end of the movie to survive. The
No,
government.
that's
They
Be on
different.
this
That's
one little
different.
boat
That's a
thing.
okay.
different
I don't
movie.
want to spoil. I don't want to spoil it. So you need if you ain't seen that, Cal, you need to see that.
Okay, okay. What's it on?
Well, you know.
I got you. I got you. I'll find
But it's been out. But it
it.
came out like 10. It's an old movie, so it should be.
Okay, okay,
You
okay.
know what
I'll
I'm saying?
check it out. I'm trying to think of what I was thinking of, but I remember they had got I know it had like Dennis Quaid in it. He was
Nah, this.
something, and the whole world just started freezing up and had all this crazy
Oh,
weather
oh yeah,
happening
I
and
know what you talking
whatnot.
about. You talking about yeah, he was the
The day
father.
after was it the day
I know
after
what you talking about.
tomorrow?
The day after tomorrow, yeah. His
Yeah,
kid,
yeah,
he had to travel from New York and all the ice and snow.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
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 right.
yeah.
yeah.
No, it's not. That's day after tomorrow. This is 2012. It's basically
2012. Okay.
uh yeah, it's just based on the apocalypse movie, man, and it just show you how crazy when Mother Nature want to do her thing, man.
Mhm.
Right, right,
It's
right, right, right.
it ain't nothing we can do, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
So
fact.
but yeah, it's a great movie, good action packed movie, man. Yeah, 2012, definitely check that out.
Okay. All right, check that out tonight. All right.
Um, Yeah, man, that's another thing I want to do at some point. I want to do some. I want to start doing movie reviews, man. I know football season about to get in, but I want to start doing movie reviews myself. I'm always watching some. Um, so yeah, man, we don't about hit our hour mark, man. I appreciate you boys coming on, man, chopping it up about the WNBA and they money, man. Shout out to them and good luck to the new CBA deal.
For sure.
Shannon Sharpe, whatever's going on with you, brother, I'm glad it's hopefully taken care of and keep moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Just stay away from the, 19-year-old
Don't mess up his
Instagram
legacy,
model.
man. Shout out to Sterling Sharp too, man. You know Sterling Sharp just got inducted into the Hall of Fame this year.
Yes,
So
yes,
next
this
week
year,
he'll
yeah,
be
yeah.
giving a
He's a
little
new
old teary-eyed
inductee, yo.
speech. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
he's a
Shout out
new
to the
Right.
Georgia
And,
boy.
and 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 don't nobody even know that with all this shit going on with Shannon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you overtaking
You
your
out
brother or
here
something.
dating folks that had graduated in 2023. Come on,
Hey,
man.
and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell Jeff T this too, man. I don't appreciate. I saw what you said on your podcast the other day, man. Talking about my boy the King was using HGH in Miami. He had to sit out for a few weeks. Come out his back with her because they started testing, and he came back skinny. I don't appreciate that, man. The King is the King, man.
Wow.
Let him do his
That's I don't like that. I don't like that kind of hate.
He
That's what I'm
drastic,
saying. That
ain't
man
it?
ain't
Yeah.
never tested positive. So man, leave the King alone, man.
Especially on the HGH. Come on, dog.
Man, come on, man. Yeah, that's some corn. That's some cornball shit to me.
Well,
Like, come
He
on,
sound like a
man.
baseball
they
player
tried
or
to get
something.
the King when he was down there in that Balco thing. They tried to line him up in that.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out why you bringing this up. Like, why are you talking about it? You know what I'm
They was
Yeah.
saying? Like
Then look
stuff
at
that
the
happened in
player
the
now. We
locker.
talking about Jeff
We's
T.
all athletes. Stuff that happened in the locker room behind closed doors, all that stuff, man. We leave it there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on this podcast knows some foul shit or some people that did some foul shit or did something. You know what I'm saying? But you don't come out here and spill the beans on it.
so I will say when he said that he did come back and say allegedly,
Yeah.
All right,
but I
Yeah, I
just
bet
didn't
he
all
did
appreciate
say
the shot at
allegedly
the King.
after
I'm a
they
King
talked to him
fan. I
behind
ain't
camera. Like,
appreciate
come
the
here,
shot.
man.
right.
I ain't, I ain't appreciate the shot at the King. I'm a fan of the King, man. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You know what I mean? You allegedly not hating, but I
Right. But I'm gonna tell you what, if you ain't seen a podcast, man, Jeff T be saying some wild stuff. He funny boy though, man. He wild.
Don't he be on there with Gil with them, or he has another
Nah,
show?
he got it on. He be on with two other guys.
Okay, okay.
I
Y'all like
all
Gil
right.
on podcast too. They be good sometimes.
All right.
Kenyon Martin be acting like somebody daddy. He be
Oh
tripping.
yeah,
He be
yeah.
acting like
Oh
other
my, I
people
saw
dad or
what.
something. But
He the OG.
Yeah.
yeah, but at the
Right.
same time, man, everybody in there grown, everybody in there former NBA players, man. I know it's levels, but come on, man. We all out the league at this point. You know what I'm saying? We ain't
Right.
in the league no more. We ain't in no locker room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right. Right.
So with that being said, man, before we get out of here, man, I appreciate everybody in the comments, man. I guess I'll be saying it too late, man. But hit the little like button, man. Hit that subscribe button if you hadn't, man. You know what I'm saying? They all what they say it helps out with the algorithm. But before
Hey.
we get out of here, Cool Cal, man, let the people know where they can find you, which if you got anything going on, man.
Man, you can find me on Just My Damn Opinion. You can find me on Respect the Hedges Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock. Them dogs about to get back into play. We hungry this year. You know, check the show out. Keep supporting Just My Damn Opinion, man. Like Shawty said, man, hit them likes, man. Tell a friend, man. Check us out, man. And you know what I'm saying? We just trying to mix it up in here, talk about some good things, man. And so I appreciate you having me. You know, love being on the show, man. And you know, let's continue to do it.
Appreciate it, appreciate it. Next up, and we got my boy AP, man. He back in the build. He been MIA, but he back in the building, man. Let the people know where they can find you if you got anything going on, anything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. I'm back like Jordan with the 4-5, y'all. That's all we got to say. Like I always tell y'all, hit that like, hit the subscribe, hit that bell to get notified. It's your boy AP back on here with my boy Shouty, Cool Cal. Glad to be back on the show. And I was a little late taking care of Flood downstairs, but here on next week and next week and next week. We'll see y'all.
There
We're
it
gonna have a
is.
lot good to talk about.
There it
Right.
is.
I don't like to hear flood, but I don't have a flood in my house. I'm glad it was downstairs, but I had it upstairs, which trickled downstairs. But that's another story. We'll talk about that after we get all out. But with that being said, man, I appreciate everybody tapping in. Like I say, man, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. For me, man, it's therapy, man. I do this for fun, man. This is just therapy for me. Give me a chance to release and just catch up with my homies, man. With that being said, we'll catch you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Just my damn opinion. They like assholes. Everybody got one. And your boy.
Pay us what you owe us.
Bow. Yes, sir. Pay.
Yeah.
Pay.